Dangerous Dan McGrew by Robert Service. A bunch of boys were whooping it up in the Malamute saloon. The kid that handles the music box was hitting a jagtime tune. Back of the bar in a solo game sat Dangerous Dan McGrew, and watching his luck was his lady of love, the lady that's known as Lou. When out of the night, which was 50 below, and in through the din and the glare, there stumbled a miner, fresh from the creeks, dog dirty and loaded for bear. He looked like a man with a foot in the grave, and scarcely the strength of a louse, but he tilted a poke of dust on that bar, and called for drinks for the house. We none could place that stranger's face, though we searched ourselves for a clue. Then we drank his health, and the last to drink was Dangerous Dan McGrew. There are men who somehow pin your eyes and hold you fast like a spell, and such was he, and he looked to me like a man who had lived in hell. His face most hair, and the dreary stare of a dog whose day is done, as he watered the green stuff in his glass, and the drops fell one by one. Then I got to figuring who he was, and wondering what he'd do. Then I turned my head, and there watching him was the lady that's known as Lou. Then his eyes went rubbering round the room, and he seemed in a kind of daze, till at last that old piano fell in the way of his wandering gaze. The ragtime kid was having a drink. There was no one else on the stool, so the stranger tumbled across the room and sat down like a fool. In a buckskin shirt that was glazed with dirt, I sat and I saw him sway. Then he clutched the keys with his talon hands, my God, but that man could play. Have you ever been out in the great alone, where the moon shone awful clear, and the icy mountains hemmed you in a silence you most could hear, with only the sound of the timber wolf? And you camped there in the cold, a half-dead thing in a stark-dead world, clean mad for the mud or gold. While high overhead, green, yellow and red, the northern lights flashed in bars. You had a hunch what the music meant: hunger, a night and the stars. Then all of a sudden the music changed, so soft that you scarce could hear, for you felt yourself once looted clean of all that you once held dear, for someone had chosen the woman you loved, that her love was a devil's lie, that her guts were gone, and the best for you was to crawl away and die. 'Twas the crowning cry of a heart's despair, and it thrilled you through and through, and it reached the mark, the blackened heart of the lady that's known as Lou. Then the stranger turned, and his eyes they burned in a most peculiar way. In a buckskin shirt that was glazed with dirty satin, I saw him sway. "And boy," said he, "you don't know me, and none of me give a damn. But I want to state, and my words are straight, and I bet my poke they're true, that one of you is a hound of hell. That one is Dan McGrew." Then I ducked my head, and the lights went out, and two guns blazed in the dark. Then a woman squealed, and the lights went up, and two men lay stiff and stark. Slumped through his head and pumped full of lead sat Dangerous Dan McGrew, while the man from the creeks lay clutched to the breast of the lady that's known as Lou.